Hey, Ben. Hey, buddy. I'm trying something new today. Can you hear me okay? Can you text me? Put a comment down if you can hear me. Nick's the first one in almost. Wow. Whoa. Here we go. Holy smokes. Mick, I'm trying StreamYard out now because of you, Mick. This is a new thing for me because I've never tried it before, and the learning curve for me just to get live right now is it was crazy. I finally figured it out. Hey, this is pretty cool. 1 minute in. Mick's Mowers. Mick. Hey, Mick, you want to try something? You want me to invite you on and see if we can do this panel thing? Never tried this. This is the first time I've used StreamYard ever. I'll see if I can do that. Where's Mick? I think I got to go to an invite or something like that. Oh, I got to. Bear with me, guys. Thank you guys so much for testing this with me. I will try to answer some of your questions and whatnot, but this is more just for testing with this new StreamYard thing. StreamYard is supposed to make it more interesting for all of us, easier to use for both of us. Can you hear me okay, though? Is the audio all right? Can somebody just tell me if you can even hear me? I don't know. Right on. Is it okay? Like the audio is okay? Guests, here we go. It's kind of funny that when you go to StreamYard, you can't really test it without going live, which I thought was kind of a bad thing. I know it's in here somewhere. Maybe I gotta. I know this really sucks for you guys right now because I'm learning right now. All right, where's Mick? I think. Hey Mick, aren't you supposed to be fixing a lawnmower right now or something? You were like the second person to log in. That's pretty crazy. I'm kidding you, buddy. I'm kidding you, mate. There you go. Okay, I figured that out. Right on, Mick. I just can't figure out how to invite you to come. Oh, there's an invite button right there. Oh, got it. Okay. Mick, do you want to come on? Are you prepped? Oh, there's that. Look at all you guys in there. 210 of you guys in here right now. Damn it. And I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm really sorry, guys and girls. Mick, do you think that this StreamYard thing is the way to go, though? Because the way I did it last time with my phone as the camera, I had my laptop over on this side. And I thought that was the way to go until you started doing StreamYard. And then there's a few other people doing StreamYard too. Obviously, you like it because that's what you're doing. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Yeah, brother. Now, how am I supposed to? Central Saanich, really? Baggy pants too? Well, you're not that far away from me. Mick, can you text me? Tell me how to do this? Put it on the comments. I got the link to send you, but I'm not 100% sure how to give you the link to come in as the guest if you want to. Silver Badger. Now, where'd you go? Silver Badger's gone. I'm not used to this at all. Silver Badger's asked me a question. There he goes. He says, my chainsaw has ran perfect. As soon as I hit, it will stall. That sounds like you just got to start with your carburetor adjustment. Just try. I do have a video on my channel for a carburetor adjustment on chainsaw. I would try that first. I'm really sorry again, guys. I feel like I'm wasting everybody's time, but I'm learning here. Oh, really? Like that? Nick, did you get that? I thought you could send it to each individual person. I didn't realize you could just throw it out there. There you are, buddy. Okay, I got to go add stream, right? Add stream. Bingo. Hey, can I hear you?
You can hear me.
Right on. Hey, cool, man. How's things over in the UK?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So before we do anything else, the problem you now have is there's 300 people now have access to your basement.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
Just to warn you.
You should have seen the party I had in here last night.
Oh, was it cool?
This is cool. I've never tried this before with the split screen and everything. This is really neat.
If you go just below where me and you are, you'll find a row of boxes with people in them.
Yeah, gotcha.
Just click on one or two of them. Just there you go. It just blows it down, moves it about.
Cool. Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. There's you.
Boom.
Boom.
Double click on there. Hey, neat.
Yeah.
Hey, this is fun. This is way better than doing it the old school way, eh? You like it, eh, man?
Yeah, it's a way to do it. And the good thing is when you get really good, you can share the screen on stuff and you can show stuff what you're working on and projects and what have you, and it's cool. The advantage is that you can do a dead stream. So when you set the stream up, it has create a broadcast. He's kicked himself out or
hey, no, I didn't kick you. I know. I just went to you. You're the one talking. I'm learning.
Oh hell no. So what you can do is you can go into a dead stream, and it's just like FaceTiming in private because the little red numbers above your head, that'd be grey. So the stream is dead, so no one else can watch it. So you can hang out with people and FaceTime.
Yeah,
it's cool, eh?
It is pretty neat. Yeah. So yeah, David Small Engine Repair. So you see this banner along the bottom?
Yep.
Where it says David Small Engine Repair. How do I just get rid of that? No offense, Dave. No offense.
So on the right-hand side, you'll see the chat running up. Just click on another comment and something else will come up.
So there'll always be one on the bottom like that?
You can double-click another comment and then it disappear. So click on a comment and now click the same comment again.
There's Neil Small Engine Repair right there. It says hi. So I just double-click it and boom. Oh, there you go. Cool.
Easy, bruv.
You teach me all kinds of stuff, Mick.
Mate, I tell you, that's wicked. So how you
There's
doing?
Danny DeVito. Hey, Danny DeVito, I got some of your comments on my channel yesterday, and I was like, oh, this isn't really Danny DeVito, is it? I don't think so.
Could be.
Maybe it is.
I see double wide sixes in the chat a minute ago. He's in there.
Is he? Oh, yeah, here we go. Down there. Outback Small Inn. You want to try some of this? Some of the guys don't have Robert. I can add you to the stream. Outback Small Enders, I can add you to the stream too, but it's really weird. It's like the lighting behind you is all weird.
All I would say is, be careful.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah,
because
I hear you. Because I put it on public.
Yeah, the next thing we'll be seeing all types of different stuff. So if you don't know them, go careful.
Yeah, gotcha.
Otherwise, you'll be seeing all types of Johnsons flying about and all sorts of this crazy world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, hey, let me ask you this, Mick, then. If I just wanted to send you that link instead of putting it on pasting it right in the comments, just send it to you. How do I do that?
You can just go, if you got up the top, you see where the URL link is, the HTTP up right at the top left hand side, top of the screen, right at the very, very top, HTTP /StreamYard link, your actual search bar, in your search bar.
Yeah.
You could just copy that and then just email it to me.
Email it? I can't private message it to you?
You can email it, you can private message, you can send it by Morse code.
Gotcha.
You could just write it, as long as I know what it is. I could just type it in. So the StreamYard chat is streamyard.com /UU87E944C.
Yeah.
So I could just copy that, write that down, bang, bish bash bosh.
Yeah. Hey, this is actually pretty cool. Now, see, I haven't been reading anybody's questions. Hey, Mick, if we got some questions in here, you want to help me answer some questions while you're here?
Oh yeah, I've got another.
Yeah, you got a couple minutes. I got about, just so you guys know, I got about maybe 30 minutes here just to test this, and then my family's coming home, and then I'm gonna have to do some other stuff, Christmassy kind of stuff, you know.
Ken's
yeah.
How you doing, Ken? Nice to see Kenny boy.
There's Ken. Hey, Ken, you want to come in?
Ken's cool. Ken's a cool
yeah.
dude.
I think that's kind of weird. I should be able to just private message Ken with the link.
You can.
You can? How?
Well, you obviously you need to have email. You need to have Ken via on email or Facebook or something.
Gotcha.
Or Hangouts.
Yeah.
You've got to have that.
Yeah, these comments are already going by pretty fast.
Plastic carburetor, brand new, won't prime. What's that on? What's that on, Tim? Plastic carburetor won't prime. Is it a Briggs by the sounds of it? Neil says, how many beers tonight, Steve?
I'm actually on my second, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon for me. Contrary to popular belief, Mick, I actually don't drink as much beer as people think. Like, seriously.
Double wide 6-1.
So who are you talking to? Mick, who are you talking to? Tim? Tim asked a question?
Yeah, Tim did, yeah. He asked a question about new plastic carburetor won't prime. Double wide 6 wants to come up.
Sure. Did he miss the link? I got to do the link again then?
Yeah, that link would disappear. So just copy the link again, do what you did before, and bang it in there.
Yeah. Double wide 6. Hey, was that fun or what when we were on Terrell's? Wasn't that neat? You see that one, Nick, where we were on Terrell's, double wide 6, and then we were fake phone calls with Terrell? Yeah, that was actually just fun.
Well, as you know, I've done a live stream in 2 weeks. I'm having Terrell, double wide 6, Bruce Pender, Henry's Mowers and Blowers, Moa Medic, Zippo Varga, all on my live stream in 2 weeks. On the
19th.
It should be cool. You're more than welcome to come up.
I know, Mick, I did get the email from Pete Froud.
Yeah.
I did get that, and I'll probably at least come in and say hi on that date. But the date for me is a really weird date.
That's cool.
Like I don't want to get into details with why that's a weird one for me, but it was you couldn't have picked a worse Saturday for me to come in, but it's okay. I'll try to pop in.
We're family men before we're YouTubers, right?
There's Ken right there. There you go. There's Kenny boy.
There's Ken.
Hey, cool.
Hey, Steve, just want to say thanks for all the help you've given me over the years, because you've taught me a great deal, my friend.
Really? Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, that's really nice of you to say.
It's one big family.
There's double wide right there. Add to stream.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, Bob.
Good to see you.
Oh, Bob, you got to mute your YouTube.
He's got YouTube on.
Yep. Which one needs muted?
Bob.
It was me. Sorry about that.
Okay, cool. That's better. I knew there was feedback, but I can't tell which one's getting feedback. So hey, double wide. I don't even know your first name, to be honest.
Bob.
Bob, right on. Okay.
Shop teacher Bob.
I can hear you perfectly. Cool.
How you doing, Bob?
Doing well. Good to see you guys. This is pretty nice. I think Ken and Mick have been doing a good job trying to put everything together and getting everyone up here. I know, Steve, are you going to hop on Mick's channel here December 19th?
I'm going to try really hard. I got an invite for that, and I'm going to try really hard to do it. But like I was just telling Mick, the date is a really bad date for me. I just told him that's the worst Saturday you could have picked, man. But whatever. I will try at least to pop in, say hi, maybe join the panel for a little bit, but I won't have much time on that date. But I think it'll be fun. Totally, it's going to be fun, yeah.
Well, if you can't make it, we'll get Slippers to fill in for you.
That's right.
Slippers or Ronnie or one of the bunch.
We got
Slippers
or Tim Burr.
We got Terrell and we've got Slippers and Junior, and we're working. Hopefully, fingers crossed. No guarantees. Musty One may also be coming up.
Yeah,
possibly.
Yeah,
possibly. I can't guarantee it, but we shall see. That'd be cool. This is super cool, Steve. Are you enjoying this?
Yeah, this is a huge learning experience for me because I've never tried Stream. I still can't remember the name. StreamYard. StreamYard. There it is. StreamYard. Yeah, this is just new.
It can get quite hectic because you can purchase the premium one, which is what I use, $20 a month, I think it is, where you can have 9 people up on the panel, and it gets a bit hectic.
And right now, 6 only.
So you've got 6 only on the free one, yeah. But that can get quite boisterous at a time as well. If you get plenty of people who are quite loud, then yeah, it can get a bit much.
Hey, check this out. Who's that?
Hey.
There you go, buddy.
What's up, David?
Not much, man. Let me get right.
So now we're getting feedback again from something?
So David, shut off YouTube.
Yep. Gotcha.
Cool.
All right.
Hey, Pepe's on board.
Okay, so you know what? I gotta say, guys, Mick, you were in the middle of answering a question for somebody named Tim. And let's do that. Let's try to help some people here.
Tim was asking about all I saw was plastic carburetor one.
Plastic carb, yeah.
So I'm assuming he's talking probably about the old bowl style Briggs carbies, is what I like to think, or could be Tecumseh.
Yeah.
We've got mixed mowers. Do mowers in the UK differ to those in America? Yeah, a lot. We have a particular couple of brands. You have the Hondas, right, like the HRXs and what have you. But we have the Haters over here, which are a built-in ratchet system, roller rear drive system, which are brilliant for striping, but they're also renowned for not cutting very well in the damp. They don't like the damp. But they do differ.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I see a lot of those Hondas, Mick, that have like that roller behind them. We don't have any of those in the U.S. whatsoever.
Yeah,
they're cool though. Definitely cool.
The only disadvantage to them is that they're working backwards from the roller. Is their roller, chain drive, sprocket or gear, and then it goes on to the standard lawnmower gearbox plastic cog onto the belt. And because it's pushing those chains and pushing the gear cogs and pushing the heavy rollers, the gearboxes don't last. That's the only problem. Do you guys have any tips on 10 horsepower Swiss engines? Don't say I do. I'm on my own.
It's all right. I'm learning. Can you hear me when I'm doing it? I'm still learning, bud.
This ain't the Mick Mower show.
Do that. Oh, there you go. Cool.
Hey, Bob, did you see the question on the John Deere push mower about the clutch? I don't know if you're familiar with those.
No, I didn't see the question. I'm actually new to this StreamYard. I don't even see any questions. Do I have to have YouTube up too?
Well, what I do, if you click on the right, the red dot, there should be a red dot, which will get you and hit see on YouTube, then hit pop out chat.
Are you on a laptop, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay, so go up to your YouTube tab. Have you still got YouTube there? Have you still got YouTube on or not?
Yeah, I got YouTube up.
Okay, click on your YouTube tab and then go over to the right-hand side and you'll see the comment section. There's 3 dots above the comment section. Click on that. Okay, click on your YouTube tab and then go. You've got to pause your YouTube there, Bob.
Hang on. I was getting feedback. I'll figure it out, Mick. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Just hit pop out chat on the 3 tabs. That's it. Just pop out chat and then you could close YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, let me figure it out, and then I'll get back with that question.
Believe me, I was a virgin too, Bob, a while ago. I got used to it.
That's
Bob,
good.
I just put the question right underneath your screen. It should be there. Bear hog. That's the question right there.
At first, I said the cable.
A lot of those John Deere 14 SEs, 14 PZs, 14. A lot of names, SBs, 14 SBs, the gray deck on the John Deeres. And the thing I know about those clutches, I guarantee you this on these clutches, there's 2 of them, actually. If you go to the John Deere parts list, there's one, I believe it's called the Warner clutch. And then there's another one that's a different clutch that you can get on both of those mowers. And I know one thing 100% sure, I've seen this happen with my own eyes, that there's a big bearing, a big honking bearing in the bottom of that thing. And people will wash out. I know I got a video on my channel saying, wash out your wash out your deck on a riding lawnmower, but they're pretty sealed. But a 14 SB, it's a wide open bearing. So if you finish mowing your grass and it's hot, and then you flip it over and you spray it with cold water, then that bearing can warp a little bit. And then
suck it right in.
And then all of a sudden you get this little. All of a sudden you fire up one of those things and you hear this woo whining sound from it. It's like a howling sound, and that's from that bearing in a 14 John Deere 14 SE or 14 SB. It's the same clutch. Well, 2 different clutches, like I just said. But what do you think about that, Bob?
I'm not familiar with that mower. The clutches that I've worked on are usually on Hondas. And I have replaced some bearings in those, but yeah, I'm not real familiar with that John Deere that has the clutch. So not sure about it.
Well, if he has an email, if he wants to throw an email on there, we could try and help him later.
Yeah.
So Bells Brooks says, why does my Homelight chainsaw pull so hard? I take the spark plug out and it pulls over really easy.
This is a freaking awesome question. I have got comments on my channel within the last 2 months by so many people asking this on a chainsaw. I am dying to hear what you guys think about this. You tell me. Too much compression, you pull the spark plug out, and there's no compression. It just pulls over.
Right there, the letter T.
Yeah.
Timing.
Could be timing.
But what they're saying is that they just put the spark plug in and pull the rope, and they can't pull the rope anymore. It's not firing, They're not trying to actually fire it. It's just they can't pull the rope anymore.
So it's similar to like a hydro locking, isn't it?
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. But the people are saying it's not hydro lock.
It could be something as similar or simpler as the tank is pressurized, not ventilating, pushing too much fuel through the throat of the carburetor, not burning off into the cylinder head on top of the piston, and it's getting jammed up. Take the spark plug out and pull it out. So it could be a cap, it could be a fuel line, it could be the carburetor needs tuning, it could be any one of those things.
So some of those comments that I've got on my channel are people saying they pull the spark plug out and the spark plug is dry. And they know what hydrolock means. And they're like, this thing is not hydrolocked, but I put the spark plug back in and I cannot pull the rope, or it's so ridiculously hard to pull that rope. And I get too many of these comments now saying the same thing. And I'm even lost. I'm just like, I don't get it. Like what? I'm dying to hear some more advice on this myself.
Can someone please advise? I want to put a 36-inch chainsaw bar on my Echo. It's a Timberwolf with a 59cc engine.
Yeah,
that's too big a blade, too big a bar for that.
You know what? Yeah, the actual answer is yes. You can put a bar on that thing. That'll work. You don't want to.
It won't like it.
No. That's like making a dog out of a Chevy Impala where you put the 42-inch tires on it. Looks great, but you ain't going anywhere.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's it's just not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like the performance of it or lack thereof.
Exactly. I agree. Thanks for helping out here, Mick. I'm missing all these comments, and you're keeping up.
Well, I'm just starting from the bottom, working my way up. So that's all I'm doing.
Bob, did you get the pop-out chat yet?
No, I'm not even looking for it.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah,
you know what I do, Bob? When I have a problem, I do it on my phone.
There you go, Bob. Use mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have my kid figure it out for me.
Oh, isn't it great when the kids do that? I love it.
Hey, look at that question, guys, on the bottom of your screen from Michael Hurd. I have no idea what that is. I don't think those exist in Canada. I've never heard of that before. Anybody got any advice for that?
Any idea?
Never heard of it.
Australia.
We look it up.
TTM 1688.
Never seen one of it.
I don't. Yeah, sorry, Michael Hurd. I don't know what that is.
Let's go to old Google.
88.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look.
Nope.
Lots of different matches.
It says no match in Google. Wow, that's something.
It's not coming up.
No brand or anything, Michael? TTM. Nothing showing up on Google.
Hot Rod says, awesome. 5 small engine mechanics all in one go. There you go. That's what you want.
Let's try this one next. I have to, Danny DeVito, I loved you in Twins, man. So I got to put you up on here.
Marcos Mentor.
And Junior, I loved you on that movie too.
It's a car, but now also floods the engine. Could be the intake valve isn't closing properly because it messes.
What do you mean it messes the carb flow? I've seen
so he's saying he's running it. He's running it, and then is it revving its head off after a couple of minutes?
After 2 minutes, it goes nuts.
Is that hunting?
Well, flooding, you could check the float height for flooding, or a swelled seat or something like that.
Is that when it goes mental? Is that revving its head off, or is that hunting surging problems?
Mm-hmm.
Does it have a fuel pump?
Yeah.
How do you know it floods the engine, Danny? I mean, do you physically take the plug out and you could see the fuel coming out? You can smell it? Because I know for a fact, I'm going to do a video next week, when your needle and seats swell because of carb cleaner and stuff like that, the float will be too low. It'll run good for 2 minutes and then start acting crazy on you and shut off.
A lot of these mowers, they got these aftermarket carbs, which work pretty well, but you got to watch that you get the right one. You know, you could get like a carburetor for a 12 horsepower motor that, you know, won't work right on a 15 horse, because some of those carbs are made to work on a range of motors. And recently I had a carb that was flooding like that. And, you know, I was looking into it, and it looked like the carb was made for a larger horsepower engine than the one I put on. It was just sort of like a generic carb.
Yeah. Matthew Island says, mixed mowers, are context mowers reliable? Do you know what? Every mower is reliable if it's looked after. If you don't look after it, it ain't. It's like a car. It's as simple as that. You know, it's if you don't look after them, it ain't gonna last. But if you service them right and maintain them right, it should last. You know, it's as simple as that. Maintenance is key.
So, hey, what was our general consensus on Danny DeVito's question there? It's the needle and seat, the float. It's flooding through.
Well, I think we need to define what the engine's doing. Is it hunting, surging? Is it racing? You know, is it stalling out?
Mick, he actually did put a couple more comments down that said he can see the fuel. The fuel is draining out of the carburetor.
Oh, leaky needle and seat. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That'll definitely flood it.
Yeah, Danny, I think that's the only way. The only real way for fuel to get from your fuel tank down into your carburetor and then flood out and flood your engine is through the needle and seat.
So
or an internal or an external overflow, but that's
one of the best ways to test it. Take the carburetor off, take the bowl off, tip it upside down, and gently just blow into it. Very gently. If you can hear air coming through, replace the needle and seat.
Yeah, that's what I do too. Yeah.
Danny, if you post what it is on a carburetor, we can give you the kit number if you tell us what the car is or what engine it's on, like a Quantum versus a Tecumseh versus a Honda.
Oh yeah, Pat's Performance. How you doing, buddy? The new synthetic oil gets like glue, makes the engines tight. I'm trying to find an oil that does not glue when the engine cools and sets from sunflower seeds.
The only time I've seen them look like glue is when they get water in them.
Yeah.
I have only ever seen that issue right there, sunflower seeds. Once in my life, where the oil they were using synthetic oil in a standby generator. This person was the groundskeeper at a golf course, and they were using a standby Briggs & Stratton generator as a full running generator, letting it run 24 hours a day. They weren't using it as standby, and they were using an oil called Schaefer's. It was called Schaefer's, and it synthetic oil, and it totally caved on them. And when they brought it in the shop and we pulled it apart, it was like beyond glue. It was like black silicone. It was like you could feel the oil off of the inside of the engine. And he admitted he was using Schaefer's, not dissing Schaefer's because I don't know anything about that, but that's the only time I've ever ran into your question, sunflower seeds. Never seen it before or since.
Yes. Well, sometimes the 2-cycle oil is a little thicker, more like glue, but generally your synthetic oils are thinner than regular oils.
Yeah.
So I've never seen it look like glue.
The only thing that we could come up with was on that one was that because they were running it 24 hours a day, maybe it was overheating so bad that it was actually cooking that synthetic oil. It was getting so hot that it was literally baking it inside the engine somehow. That's what it looked like. Yeah.
Okay. Question from Justin. My Craftsman mower keeps surging really bad. I've replaced the carb, the spark plug, the coil, adjusted the valves to spec, flywheel, and don't know why it's still doing it. Is it doing it? And the timing is perfect. So that's a Craftsman mower. I take it that's probably a push mower. I take it. It could be a ride-on.
Check the springs on the governor.
The weight.
What carb though? I'd like to know what carb though. Is it the black plastic one or the older style?
Is that a push mower? Is it Craftsman?
We lost David.
Yeah. Is that a push mower? Is it?
Yeah. Justin Perry. We need to know if it's on a riding lawnmower or a walk behind lawnmower.
It could be a pump.
Because if it's the riding mower with those notorious Briggs 17.5, 14.5, with the famous Nicky carburetor, we know what to do with those.
Drill them out, baby. Drill them out.
Hey, at least Briggs sells the replacement now that looks like the Walbro, so that's good.
Yeah.
If it's a push mower, check the spring on the governor.
It's a riding mower.
Okay.
Hey, if it has a cast float ball cover for the float ball and it's in one of those Nicky carbs, replace it with the Walbro LMT style. Briggs still sells it. It's made in China, but they still sell it now. And you'll never have a problem. Even, I don't know if there's a Chinese clone of the LMT style. There is of the Nicky, which I don't like, with that white plastic thing with the diaphragm or the O-ring that looks like a manhole cover with all the stuff on it. Those things, I don't like those. I like the old LMT style, a float, a needle, a seat, plain. Nice and simple. Get the Briggs carb. It's about $90. It'll bolt on and never surge on you. Trust me.
Trust me, he's a doctor.
If you want to email me at KenSmallEngines@AOL, I'll send you the part number for that carburetor.
Steve says, my lawnmower is misfiring and keeps taking off on me. The manual says I need part hashtag number 121G.
Yeah, it's not a part number.
No. If the lawnmower is misfiring, it could be something as simple as a plug. It could be the valves. It could be the timing. Could be a plethora of stuff.
I like that word, Mick. I always tell people I am a plethora of useless information. And people go, wait a second. Wait, what's plethora mean?
I think you have to start. I think you have to start with that one. You have to start cheap. So just put a brand new plug in. Make sure it's a good plug. Make sure it's gapped right. Try it. If that doesn't work, check your blade to see if you hit something on that line. It may just chuck your timing out. So take your cup off, your pull cord assembly off. Take your cup off. Just check your timing on the top. That way, you're only replacing two small parts. It's going to cost you a couple of dollars each. If it's not that, it could be something a bit more sinister, like your valves need to be gapped. Make sure you do it when it's cold, top dead center, and then go from there. Apart from that, it'll just be a carburetor. Perhaps needs cleaning out if it's misfiring and popping about. But popping seems pressure to me. That's saying valves, timing. That's what it says to me. What do you think, Bob?
I just got to answer Bear Hog. I put it on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Bear Hog, what you're asking right there. I've done this many times in my life, and try this. It's the two pieces of the clutch that are stuck together with either rust or water or something like that. Take your spark plug wire off, just in case. Flip the thing over and grab your blade. If it's a sharp blade, use a glove, whatever you're comfortable with, and pull that flipping blade, and it'll go crack. It'll sound like it kind of snaps, and it slips those two pieces of the clutch and unsticks them. And I've seen that happen on John Deere 14S SBs and 14SBs many times. That also happens on Honda, like HR 215 SXCs, where they have that blade brake clutch. You let them sit in the winter time, and the clutch is stuck. It's simply just stuck together.
They're a friction disc, aren't they? They're friction.
That's right. Yeah. So Bear Hog, try that. Just make sure you take your spark plug wire off and just pull that blade underneath there and see if you can feel it just crack loose. And then your clutch will probably work again. I've seen it. I've done it many times. Try it.
So a question from Mike Wilson says, hi guys, I have a question regarding the pre-mixed steel fuel. I've been using it. However, my dealer says do not or don't use it on older equipment more than 3 years old.
I use it. I use Steel Ultra and everything, except I mix it 40 to 1, not 50.
He's talking about the premix stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
The-
I'm
the
sorry.
Fuel in
always
a
mixed my own,
can.
Steve. I've
Yeah,
always
see,
mixed my own.
I don't like 50. I like 40.
Me too. I've been mixing 40-1 with steel mix, not pre-mixed, but this I've been mixing everything that I own. Well, two-stroke stuff, 40-1 for 25 years, and I've
Yep.
never cooked an engine in my life.
And they also give you an extra year on the warranty if you use the Ultra Oil in their products.
Yeah, or the pre-mixed stuff, the Moto Mix. Still calls it Moto Mix. Mike
That's
Wilson, they call it
expensive
Moto
here.
Mix.
I know that.
Yeah.
What's your opinion, Bob? You're not getting
Well,
word in edgeways here.
I just got to run here. Going to pick up my daughter. So thanks for having me, guys. And I'll
Hey,
catch
that was
up
cool,
with you on
Bob.
the next one. Take care. Be safe.
Take care,
Hey,
Bob. Looking forward to the next
everybody
vlog, Bob.
watching.
All right.
Everybody who's
Sounds good,
watching, go
Dan.
watch Bob's channel.
Yep. Thanks.
Double wide 6.
Okay, so now Bob has not kicked himself out of the panel, so you need to go down to a little box where he is right down the bottom, Steve. There you go. He's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
That's it.
I didn't kick him though. I just said remove.
That's it.
Remove. That's it. That's kicking.
If,
Yeah.
if you guys want me to back up and ban him from the channel, I'll gladly do that.
No,
No?
Is he still downstairs in the basement? Is he? Is he
I
still
don't
down
know.
there? Have a look if he's in the basement.
says-
You can kick him from basement.
Like, see how you see Mick in my picture in the basement underneath?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
don't see Bob, that means he's totally gone. He's not in the basement.
Okay.
Yeah, if he's still there, just kick him.
There's just a gray blank screen where it says double
Yeah,
wide.
so go down to him and touch the 2 or 3 buttons on the right hand side of a little box, and it'll say kick from basement.
It says kick from studio on mine.
Yeah, that's all.
And that's not insulting. He like that's not like being mean
It's
to
only
him.
just
or
getting rid
anything.
of him outside. It's getting rid of him outside of your stream. So it's just taking him out of the stream. That's all he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing personal. You won't.
It
feel
frees up a place.
Gotcha.
Um,
Hey, did we answer Mike Wilson's question yet?
I think we got to pretty. No, we didn't. So, why would his dealer be saying not to use it on older equipment?
I don't understand. 3 years old. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
all
high
50 to 1.
quality ethanol-free fuel. It's just incredible fuel. He might be saying that because he thinks that. Okay, the 3 years old thing that's throwing me off.
yeah. Yeah.
If it's a 40-year-old chainsaw that should be running on
25-1.
32-1, 25-1.
Castor
Then,
oil. Yeah.
Exactly. I could see a dealer saying that to you, but the 3 years old thing is throwing
Maybe he
me
means
off.
30.
Yeah, that's more like it. Maybe you're missing an 01
Yeah.
there. Mike Wilson, don't worry about it. There's a lot of dealers out there that don't have a clue. A lot of dealers, it was the guy at the front counter that told you that, who's not even a mechanic.
But
Yeah,
one thing, Steve, I would recommend one thing though. If you do use that premix fuel after you run it for an hour or so, check the plug. Make sure it's not totally white and leaning out. You don't want to blow up the engine.
And also he's doing a better thing too by buying pre-mixed fuel rather than mix it himself and potentially getting it wrong as well. You know.
And no ethanol.
Yeah, big one.
Question from Mike. Hi all. I'm wanting to teach my 11-year-old niece how to rebuild small engines.
There you go.
I think she's old enough. Question mark. Yeah, definitely. Never too young. Engine is a 1980s 5 horsepower Briggs. I'm having a hard time finding a points and condenser for it. Well, yeah, it is difficult to find them for that sort
Wait,
of
what
thing.
year, Mick? What year?
1980. That shouldn't be too bad. You should get them.
Yeah, I was gonna say just convert it over to a non-points though. Do the kit. Just get the foil with the magnetron.
Come on. You can't just go chucking points out. You need to be trying to keep it original. You couldn't do it to 1930s, Dennis.
You could.
I'm not.
You're talking to an engineer here, Mick. Anything's possible.
So question number 1 is definitely, never too young to play with tools and what have you, as long as supervised, of course. And 1980s parts for that should still be readily available. It may be just, if it's a Briggs, just take your model date code off, send it to your dealer, and they'll hook you up.
Well, Mick, we've got all these good online supplies too, right? Pro Parts and things like that, right? Pro Parts Direct.
ideally, what you want is you want the part number. So go to a Briggs dealer, give them the model and code. They'll give you a part number. Then go off onto Google, hook up your part number, and you'll find one on there.
Mick, go online, type in the model, type in code. The Briggs website will ask you for that, and it'll give you the IPL. You don't even have to bother talking to the dealer and look it up yourself. That's half the fun, I think, guys, is finding out stuff, going to the Google searches, finding the parts list, finding something that's unobtainium, things like that. I love that.
Yeah, unobtainium is another word. So we've got plethora and unobtainium tonight.
Well, I got that from Dr. Olson, the chainsaw guru. That's who I got that from.
So Trevor says, I need help with a John Deere lawnmower with a Briggs, and it smokes, then shuts off after like 3 seconds. Could I get some help? John Deere with a Briggs. So it's smoking and then it shuts off. You got a $5 super chat just come in there, Steve, from Simply Small Engines.
All right. Hey, I'll check that in a second. Trevor, is it a riding lawnmower or is it a walk behind lawnmower?
Yeah, need to specify.
Yeah.
Well, a few things. Let me just do some generalities. Oil overfilled definitely causes the smoking and it to shut off. Float screwed up because of a swelled seat because of carb cleaner and stuff like that. That'll cause it to happen. Water in the fuel. It'll only burn for a few seconds till it starts to suck the bad gas with water and stuff like that. So dump the float bowl, see what's in there. Don't trust anyone's fuel. Dump it out fresh. Always put in fresh. But see what happens.
I'm just butting in before I forget. Simply Small Engine Repair, $5 super chat. Buddy just bought me a beer, right? Thank you very much, buds. I appreciate that. He says, loving the stream. Keep it up. Thanks, buddy.
It's just homework, isn't it? It's just tracking these things from the start. That's a problem. Any more questions?
Okay, Trevor says it's a push lawnmower, so a walk behind lawnmower.
Okay.
But the carburetor, though, the metal carburetor or the newest Briggs plastic black cube carburetor that we all know and hate?
Trevor, I got to say, it could be something super simple, like it's just way too full of oil.
Yeah.
Somebody just took a whole liter of oil and just dumped the whole thing in there. And it'll smoke like that. And if it's got enough oil in it, it'll choke it right out and it'll shut it off. So maybe it's something simple like that.
It could just be been tipped up.
Yeah. Air filter. Yes. Tipped over on the wrong side.
Wrong way. Yep.
The air filter is soaked in oil and it could do that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, check your oil level, check your air filter.
He said,
and I've seen it when they tip them, Steve. The whole breather tube fills up with oil, just sucks it right in.
Yeah. So he's also saying that he drained it and he put less in. So my advice is, if you put less in and it's still smoking, just run it. Just fill up the tank and run it, because it could be it's got so much oil in the system it needs to come out. If it's not, it might be something a bit more sinister, you know. If
the muffler could be saturated. It may take 10 minutes to burn off too. I usually take the mufflers off when it does that and clean them.
I set fire to mine. That's what I do. I
take
them off.
Absolutely.
Put a petrol in there, set fire to it.
Yep.
So he says he drained it and put in less already. But he also said, hey, Trevor, you said there's no float. What does that mean? There is no float. What does that mean? There has to be a float in your carburetor.
Yeah, should be.
I don't really understand.
Unless the fiddle fairies have been in there. Maybe the fiddle fairies have been in the carburetor.
Hey, maybe your neighbor came over and took the float out of your carburetor as a joke. Wait a second, it's not April 1st, is it?
No.
No. But it smokes first. Yeah. And Trevor, I gotta say, that's a little bit of a strange one for me.
We should have a float in it anyway. Even without oil in, it starts and shuts off here. We shouldn't be running an engine with no oil in it, full stop.
Here's that Mag 14 they were talking about before in Australia. I've never seen that before. I guess it's a
That's cool.
I guess Mag, but something done in Australia. It looks like a cool little engine. Ooh, there's another one for you, Steve.
Oh, you got two beers.
Guitarlo. Thanks very much, buddy. We really appreciate that. That's awesome.
So Trevor says he's
The
going to take it
Arlo's
to a
full
shop.
engine.
He's going to take it to a shop. I mean, first thing I'd do is put some oil in it, okay? And put some oil in, and if you've got a compression test, run a compression test on it as well, because it may be a little bit low, and maybe the rings will start to bind on. You just said you ran it with no oil in it as well, so that's never a good thing to do. That it could be a low compression, and you may be getting oil coming past the rings on it potentially. Hi guys, Honda 160cc log splitter. Put new carb on it. China ran good a couple of hours, then now surges, runs a little better with a closed choke. I would.
Your favorite part, Mick? What's your favorite part on a Honda carburetor?
I would recommend drilling out them jets. Get some micro drills for about $4 or $5 off of eBay, and just a little tiny tweak. Just open it up.
Pilot jet. Drill it to 13 thousandths. There you
go. Right on, Ken. Right on. We probably all got videos about that one, right?
Absolutely.
It works almost 99% of the time. Jim Tracy, watch any one of our videos, just Google it. And if any one of our videos comes up on how to stop a surging engine on a Honda style carburetor, do that in 99%. I know a brand new carb. You're thinking, well, it's a brand new carb. Dude, I've had to do that on brand new carbs many times.
Well, Steve, you know what
altitude. It depends on
what new stands for, right? You know what new stands for, right? You know what new stands for. Never ever work. So you don't know.
if you don't want to risk drilling the jets out, okay, you can just buy some gas torch tip cleaners. They're files, and all you do is you just run it through the main jet. And just apply a little tiny bit of sideways pressure, and all you're doing is you're just cleaning those walls up. That's all you're doing. Clean them up, and then you just it should run okay.
The factory hole in those is about 8-9 thousandths. I open them up to 13, 14. It works for me.
Yeah. And another thing with that, Mick, those files you're talking about, the welding tips, they do not come small enough for the pilot jet.
In the UK.
Yeah, no, I don't think the ones I have don't, Mick.
13 thousandths of an inch in a welding tip cleaner?
Yeah, mine do. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I've never seen one.
Wait, yeah, I think I have a 10,000th one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Mick's absolutely right. All you're doing, you're not really drilling it out bigger, but what you're doing, that hole in your pilot jet is closing in and getting corroded. And then all you're doing is poking that thing in there and taking out the soft stuff that's closing it in. You're not really drilling out the material. You're just pushing out the crap that's closing it in.
Yeah.
Turning it back to normal again. So Jim Tracy, I hope we answered your question there. I think we did.
Do that. I despise Chinese parts. Well, unfortunately, it's all coming from there.
What do you call them, Mick? Wuhan
carbs. Yeah, all come from Wuhan.
Everything comes from China now.
Yeah.
Do you guys realize that like 30 years ago, everything started coming from Japan, and Japan was crap.
Made in Taiwan.
Everything was oh, I'm not buying a Japanese engine. They're garbage. But now, what's the best in the world now? I mean, no offense to
Steve. I remember when Hondas came out in the early 70s, the Honda cars. I had friends of mine who worked in Detroit, and GM, I think it was GM, came up with an actual ad that said, "From the people who brought you Pearl Harbor," and they advertised a GM car versus a Honda.
Nice. Right on.
Baba says MS270 at temperature will not idle. You have to feather the throttle to keep it running. I saw someone say about an air leak. Carb adjusted first. What to check first? Matthew, who is a chainsaw god, says to check the answer above, apparently, whatever that was.
And check out Matt's channel too. It's Matthew Olson is his channel, and you'll find anything you need on chainsaws there. You really will.
Yeah, Matthew is good without a doubt.
A lot of good chainsaw guys lately too. A lot of new guys, Tin Man, and some of these other new ones. Really, a lot of good ones.
Could be meat and diaphragm. Could be.
He's asking, Bubba, you're asking carb adjust first? Question mark. Yes, that's what I'm going to say. That yes, carb adjust first. Try that first. Doesn't cost you anything.
Before anything though, fresh fuel. Throw out what's in it. Don't trust it. Fresh.
Yep.
I have customers that say, the fuel's only 2 years old. It's fine.
Yeah. It's in an old rusty gas can that's been sitting in my garage for a long time. See, I said garage there, Mick.
Yeah. Steve, have you ever used a Mr. Funnel, Steve? Have you ever used one of those?
Yeah, I got a video on that too.
Yeah, I love that. I love that thing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, actually.
Is that water thing in it?
Because water. A molecule of water is larger than a molecule of gasoline, so it will not pass through the plastic element. It's called coalescing. We use it in airlines all the time, in air filter prep unit.
Yeah. Matthew says it could be a carb adjust, could be bad air leak, could be lots of different things. Definitely.
Well,
it's like
for the air leak, let me say one thing on the air leak. If you take a chainsaw and you're idling it, and Steve, you know this, I've seen it in your videos, you do the northeast, southwest. You take the chainsaw, north, south, east, west. If it does anything different when you're rotating it, seals, vacuum or air vacuum leak.
Yeah.
Oh, by tipping the thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
North, south, east, west. I do it to every saw I get to make sure the seals are good. And make sure, guys, warm up your saws. A saw will act perfect when it's cold. 5 minutes later, oh my gosh. Make sure that's warmed up.
So John says, I have a John Deere. I'm not familiar with this. An LA 105, which is a 42
tractor. Yep.
Engine dies when engine
that happened to my customer just last week.
Hang on, sweet chick. Let me get there. Engine
Okay,
dies
wait.
when I engage the blades. Even dies when the deck is off and I engage the lever. Any ideas? So he's saying the engine dies when it's under load, when he engages it, even with the blades off and even when the deck is off.
Because there's a safety switch on that lever. And if they're not all in conjunction with each other and working properly, it ain't going to run.
Yeah. A John Deere LA 125 is a gear drive riding lawnmower, 42-inch cut, dies when you engage the blades. I actually have a video. I hate to keep saying this, but I actually do have a video on that. Seat switch. I have a John Deere LA 125 sitting right there in front of me, and it's the same damn thing, except it's a different transmission in it. And that was the problem with that mower. And every time I could burn around the yard, do whatever I wanted to, and as soon as I hit that lever forward, the engine would just die, done. And it was the seat switch. I actually do have a video on that, and it's super easy. And it was just unplugged a little bit. That's all it was. It just vibrated out, and it was unplugged slightly. I just plugged it back in, and boom, it fixed the problem. So John Flores, try that. Flip your seat up, and just make sure that plug is plugged in to the bottom of your sink. Now, Ken, I'm sorry, I kind of cut you off a little bit, but right there. You were saying maybe the actual lever kill switch too?
The lever key, I had a customer where the lever key switch was same as you said. It wasn't fully, so it was sort of like arcing. And when he would hit it, it would momentarily kill the engine, and it would like sputter, then it would catch. It was like momentary because it was just hanging on. But he would hit bumps and stuff, and it would go on, off, on, off, on, off. And it was just the switch hanging. I just stuck it back on.
Yeah. John Flores, I think that it's a consensus here that it is definitely a safety switch issue, which are pretty easy to fix. Sometimes they're hard to diagnose, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was this one here? John Deere 170 lawn tractor, 26 horse.
Kawasaki. Oh, 26. Ooh,
Briggs
good.
V twin. Runs good early season, backfires badly during the warm months with loss of power, especially under load, then smoothed out at the end of the season. Any ideas? Bad gas? Question mark. So
One thing I
backfire-
found on those Briggs engines, the spark plugs they use, I don't know if you've seen them, Steve, those emissions plugs with the parabolic porcelain with the little electrode on the end, I get rid of those. I put in the RC12YCs or the NGKs, okay, because those are always a problem. But I've also found in those the twin barrel Nicky carburetors. I've seen Briggs fuel, John Deere fuel filters break down and allow sediment to get into the Nicky twin carburetor and cause one cylinder not to get enough fuel, and it was spitting and backfiring. And I've also seen the diodes go in the coils where you get the back feeding, a lot of stuff.
But we're getting a machine that's running fine.
Yep.
And then middle of the season it starts to play up, and at the end of the season it runs out. It runs fine again.
I don't even know how to pronounce your name. It's right on the bottom of the screen. John Deere 170. Okay, there is John Deere 170s. Just you look at the side of the hood, it says 170. That's an old one. Now there are also LA 170 or L 170s or something like that, and those are newer ones. Can you be a little more specific? Because the model number of your riding lawnmower is not a JD 170. It's a
The 170 is the old Kawasaki one. Yeah.
Hey, Ken, sorry.
The 170 is the old Kawasaki. Yeah, that's the old style.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, good to know. So I think you're probably talking about an LA 170 or a D 170 or something like that. So if you're talking about that, my friend, there was a John Deere update on those Briggs & Stratton engines only maybe, I want to say maybe 6 or 7 years ago. They put a service update out that said if you got that engine, adjust all 4 of your valves. It's a twin cylinder, so you have 4 valves. Adjust every single one of them to 5 thousandths of an inch. Sorry, Mick, I can't tell you what that is in metric.
Don't worry. I'll do it.
I'm Canadian, and I don't even know what that is in metric.
0.12 millimeters.
And it was critical. It could not be 4,000, and it could not be 6,000. It had to be perfectly 5 thousandths of an inch on all 4 valves. And that did help with that problem. It sounded weird to me too when we did it, but we fixed a few lawnmowers like that, and it fixed the problem. So and
check it cold though. Check it cold. Check it cold.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
Do it cold. Charlie, he's got a John Deere 165 Hydro 1988 model, 12 horsepower Kawasaki. Runs great until he shuts it off, and then it won't start when it's hot. Possible coil failure? Question mark. Could be. Could be a coil. Could be a bad plug breaking down too.
But when he says won't start, does it crank and won't start, or it doesn't crank? Because I've seen they put the relay kits on those engines to let it start easy.
So it's running fine, and then as soon as he turns it off, he's having problems. It could also be a fuel issue. Could be.
There's a fuel pump on those, so you could have vapor lock. It could be the fuel pump.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a number of things.
Yeah. This is cool, Steve. I'm glad I stayed awake. It's only midnight here.
I'm assuming, Charlie, that when it cools off, it starts fine. And usually we think of coils breaking down with heat, but also vapor locking with fuel. So what I would suggest, though, guys, excuse me, Mick, is I would say when it doesn't start like that, spray fuel into the carb throat just to see if it starts then, so you know it's a fuel delivery issue versus a spark issue.
He says it rotates. It rotates, but it won't fire.
I would put a spark plug tester on it for the light, and I would try squirting inside to see if you are getting spark, and fuel is not the issue.
It starts when it's cold.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100% there.
It starts when it's cold, but not when it's hot. Apparently. Right, Steve. Unfortunately, It is midnight, 10 past here.
Yeah, you know what? We've been on for an hour and 5 minutes, and I said I'm going to go half an hour.
You said 30
My
minutes.
family got home a good 20 minutes ago, so I got to go too. Hey guys, we got 252 people on here right now.
Wow.
Why don't both of you guys just let them know? Give out your YouTube channel names. So just in case, because it's my channel right now, throw them out there. Tell them where to go look for you guys.
I'll put mine in the chat. I'm Mixed Mowers in the UK.
I'm Ken Small Engines in Connecticut, USA.
There's me.
Mick, can you throw mine out?
I can't throw a link. Steve doesn't run no moderators in his chat.
I got you.
So yeah, check out Mixed Mowers.
Yeah.
Check out Ken Small Engines.
My live stream, Mick, you got a stream tomorrow, correct?
I'm tomorrow live 6:30 p.m. UK time, whatever that is your time.
That's 1:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, which is 10:30 your time, Steve.
Hey, can I come on tomorrow, Mick?
Who's that? You?
Me?
You?
Do you mind if I pop in tomorrow during your live?
Dude, grab a beer and come on up, brother.
Well, it's not going to be this beer.
Anyone
will I'm going to be done that one.
You're more than welcome, brother. Anytime.
Just confirm the time, Steve, on the internet. Just look up London time and see where you are in relation to that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm subscribed to both of you guys, so as soon as Mick goes live, it's boom, it's on my phone, and boom, there he is live.
I feel honored, Steve. I really do.
Beautiful. Yeah, right on. Okay, 242 of you guys in here. Mick, Ken, Steve, out.
Later.